Just a thumb.
Thumb's big.
Gotcha.
That's what she said.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
High above the city, they shine in my spotlight. Commissioner on the rooftop, double H in the night sky. For the sidekicks we fight, for the right crosses we go. For the ninjas we injure, revenge on our foes. From crime alleys to radioactive insects, genetic mutations. Weapon X ejects are infinite, Ursa in crisis. Our wars are civil but secret. Here come Buddy
And
Aaron, blaring through the speakers.
It gets every time.
Hardly Heroes. It's clobbering time.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek-related. I'm your host, Buddy.
And I'm Aaron.
And always joining us in studio, the tree, the Groot, the super tall man, the only man alive that loves episode 1, Logan.
Wow.
Now this is pod racing. I'm not only am I gonna bring it back, I'm gonna start it in the first place. This is it. This is the rebellious cry.
Yeah.
For all lovers of episode 1 that are sick of it.
Wow.
Sick of it.
He is steamed up today.
I mean, it's just a movie. Remember opinions? Everybody
How
has
much
one.
caffeine did you have before the show?
Apparently the appropriate amount.
Yeah, there you go.
He's on full adrenaline of episode 1. He probably watched it before
I
the
wasn't
show today.
prepared to get bombarded with the episode 1 talk immediately, but if you come at me with it straight away, there you go. That's what happens, I guess.
So how are we doing, buddy?
Great. This is episode 115. Last week we talked about how I'm getting pumped up right now for...
Not steamed up?
No, not steamed up. Pumped up for Powerhouse Calm. We talked about that.
Got it.
We also talked about the interviews for Power Rangers, which I am pumped up for. Been watching. We also talked about Netflix streaming services, our discussion. So, you know what I mean? That was kind of what we went over last week. This week, we got some other...
Oh, just a lot of news.
lot of good stuff coming out. You know, San Diego Comic-Con's coming up.
What are you
I'm
doing?
doing my chug-a-chug again.
Choo-choo.
Chug-a-chug.
Or what was it like? Yeehaw.
Yeah, yeah. So remember, if you love this show, tell your friends. You know what I mean?
Tell your mom.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Trigo now.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I wanted to start this show off.
Oh, before we
Boy,
get started,
Trigo now, that's one to add to the glossary.
Yeah.
Right there.
some people are a little upset they're not in the glossary.
for crying out loud.
I'm
But
not
we'll
even
get
in the
there.
glossary.
Well, nobody cares about you.
Okay.
Real fast, before we dip into the show, I just want to give a big happy birthday to one of our big-time favorite listeners, James N. I got in trouble last time for saying his last name.
Ooh.
But he's big on Blitz emoji, big fan of the show.
Okay, I got you.
Wednesday's his birthday, so I just want to give you a happy birthday.
I was like, why aren't you saying your brother's last
no,
name?
it's not my brother. It's another James.
N. Another James N.
Yeah, and he's on the top of the leaderboard in our Emoji Blitz friends.
Oh, well, since you brought it up, I'll get into my other thing. But, so you're still playing Blitz emoji.
Of course.
I am too. I love it. I can't get enough of it. My wife still plays. She's not even on the list, though.
What level are you at?
I think I'm stuck at like high 20s.
Okay, high 20s.
Maybe 31.
I'm
but,
mid 20s.
So I got the leaderboard for this week. Granted, there's 3 days left.
I feel there's been a little bit of drama
There has.
on Facebook.
Because not you, not I, the show got called out on Twitter by none other than Brandon,
The GOAT.
the GOAT.
I forgot his new nickname, The Biz.
The Biz? What?
It was a lot in a row.
It was something The Biz.
Okay, so with that said, he called us out. He challenged us. So I got the leaderboard here. Granted, once again, 3 more days left on this leaderboard.
Yes.
So these are the people that matter. Me, Sims, Sprinkles, Turkey Man at the top, 1.5 million.
Wow.
Thank you. Right down below, Clayton, wait, like 645,000.
Ouch.
Not even close to me. And then comes, Then after Clayton, we got Buddy, 620.
Yay!
Then Sheila,
Okay. Pulling up the rear.
415. Now, I'll give him credit. Out of the people that matter to the show, he's not last. Brandon's right there with 376,000. That's his score.
Wow.
And then coming up with the caboose, April. Oh, Bird, you're doing great. 300,000.
Oh, poo on that score.
Oh, so that's
I'm poo-pooing.
you're poo-pooing?
Poo-pooing.
Poo-poo.
Poo-pooing.
So yeah. And I'm still
That's why my villain's at the bottom.
but I'm at the top.
I'm not.
How does that
happy
make
about
you
that.
feel? Because last week I was at the top
It doesn't
too.
all matter. I cleansed myself of how I felt because you spent money, so I'm good.
Oh my gosh, just a little bit.
It doesn't matter. It's still something.
I still
I
still would have been ahead.
free.
Whatever.
We have yet to get Logan on the
So,
team.
well, yeah, he's not a big.
So remember, make sure you get on Emoji Blitz, get on the leaderboard through Facebook,
Yeah.
and talk trash with us because this is a lot of fun.
So yeah, Brandon, keep trying, buddy.
I feel bad for the person I just said happy birthday to. Once you're friends with him, you'll never catch him.
No. What is he up in, like 5 millions?
No, he gets
10?
like 12 to 14.
Come on, man.
I can't catch that.
The best I've gotten was like 2.5 mil.
Yeah.
So, but I had some time before I picked up my wife, Jennifer, from work today. So I went to Oblivion Comics and Coffee or whatever they're called. Right?
Yeehaw.
Is that what
Yeah.
they're called?
Correct.
Comics and Coffee? So I got some stuff for you guys.
They're friends of the show.
Yeah, they are.
Sponsors of the show
Ooh.
as well.
So I got some comics. This was... I thought Logan gets two.
Oh, nice.
Sorry. Logan
That's
gets
fine.
two. So that's Logan, what is it?
Dead Space, DC Universe, Rebirth,
Ooh.
Trinity comic. It looks like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking cover. It's the whole Justice League on the cover.
Yeah. I like the cover art
Including
is
a
awesome.
Green Lantern, which is required in a Justice League team.
Well, yeah.
If you ask me.
Well, we didn't, but that's okay.
You
Jeez.
gave me a Justice League comic book and asked me to comment.
No,
so
I did.
You
No,
did ask me.
no. Okay, you're right. So this one is for Buddy.
Yes! It's a Chewbacca comic.
So random. I saw him like Chewbacca. I didn't even know Chewbacca. Chewbacca? Do we have? Oh. Does Chewbacca have a cold?
He was doing real good in the beginning.
The first bit was great.
If he would have just stopped there.
This is like.
It's like a small child boy
I know. I don't know who that is.
with a shovel.
With the shovel. And then I saw this. I wasn't even gonna get it, but this is for Logan as well.
Oh, nice. It's a solid Weapon X. It's a newer release Weapon X comic with just an amazing old man
Logan,
Logan
yeah.
diving straight out at your face
See?
out of the cover.
Yeah. So
Thanks, Aaron.
you're welcome, guys.
Thank you, Aaron. That was
And
very
on that
nice.
note, do you know what today is?
National Comic Book Day.
No, I wish. Today is National Hot Dog Day.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to make a hot dog after.
Do
the
you
show
have
now.
a hot dog?
Yes, I have the hot dogs.
Which
Dude,
what are those?
Kirkland all beef Franks.
Hey-o!
Done.
Do corn dogs count?
Well, yeah, there's a hot dog inside of that corny
count
dog.
I had a corn dog yesterday
I want a
to
corny.
my, beautiful fiance.
Oh, of
she
course.
loves hot dogs
love-
and corn dogs.
I love corny dogs.
And she was like, "Hey, let's have corn dogs for dinner." And obviously, I said, "Yes."
Nice.
Oh, that wasn't when you went to the state fair in an opposing podcast T-shirt. Is that not when it was?
Oh,
because
didn't know if that was gonna come up on the shoe.
Because, you would think, because I just got my brand new sky blue Hardly Heroes t-shirt today. I'm going to the fair this weekend, and guess what shirt I'm wearing to the state fair? This shirt. Yay! Thank you, Logan.
Now listen here. Let's talk real fast.
Why would you-
If anyone in
on,
this
man.
room wears Hardly Heroes the most, it's this guy. It's on my water bottle. I got like 6 shirts I wear all the time. I wear my Hardly Heroes shirt to the gym all the time.
But not when it matters.
But this is what I feel like, though. So you go to the gym, 10, 15 people there at 6 in the morning. An opportunity to go to the fair.
5 in the morning.
Thousands of people.
Can we get
Sorry, guys.
Can
Not
we
gonna
get real?
rap.
All right, can we get real?
No.
Are you guys gonna be a
I'm
little upset when we
hovering
talk about this?
Over the boo.
It's gonna definitely get booed. But I've been wearing. I want to wear that shirt for the sheer fact that podcast, my brother used to listen to it with me. He's given up on that show, so I have nobody to talk to it about. So I'm grasping at straws that somebody will see me in that shirt and be like, "Oh, I love that podcast," which is unnamed,
Right.
and will want to talk to me about it because nobody.
I'm
else
sorry.
will.
Like, and I started listening to a new podcast, but it's the video one. And yeah, I think you might listen to it, but I'm not going to wear his shirt to the state fair.
Well, when am I supposed to wear it?
I don't know. When you go grocery shopping.
Night.
Yeah.
Then nobody's gonna see me when I wear it night.
Wear it to work.
I can't wear it to work.
Break the rules.
I'm just curious how insulted Michelle is. You just called her nobody.
Wow.
You wear your Harley Hero shirt or you will get trapped.
And okay, so
I
anyway.
didn't think. I thought I was gonna pass on that one. I didn't think anybody was gonna.
Sorry.
say
No, oh, that was when
But at
I
least I didn't post it on the Hardly Heroes.
when I went on Snapchat. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's at the. Oh, that's a cool shirt. That's not ours. Even if you would have worn a Nike shirt, I wouldn't have said nothing. Like if you would have worn that Larry David shirt, that'd have been fine. But no. Come on. Anyways, so it's also National Sour Candy Day, by the way.
Ooh.
I was gonna get you sour candies, but I got you comics instead, so suck it. And World
Sour.
That's Juicy Fruit's new slogan. Suck the sour. And then it's also World Listening Day, which we're doing right now in our
Yeah,
headphones.
everybody's listening.
Yeah,
to
that was it. That's all I
Thanks
got.
everyone
Yeah.
for participating.
Oh, okay. So
All
what do we
right.
got today? I can't stop staring at Douglas Yancey funny, by the way.
Just talk about him. You're gonna you need to get it.
I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to move him. So I bought
It's
some.
worth it.
I bought some pop figures this weekend at the mall. I went to the mall. I haven't been to the mall in, months.
This is a really good show and tell. By
It is.
the way, it's
And
a
I'm gonna-
really good show.
We're gonna
and
put it
tell
on
to talk
Instagram,
about.
and I think everybody in our age demographic had to have at least kind of watched Doug on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah,
It is a little disappointing that on the pop figure it says Disney. I
Yeah.
wish it would have said Nickelodeon. I know
Yeah.
Disney bought Nickelodeon. I get it. But that's not where I know Doug from. I know him
Right.
from Nickelodeon.
yeah. I could use a Nick sticker on there. Some like a gack splat.
A Yak Splat would have been good.
Yeah.
So I got Douglas. It says Doug Funny, but his full name, Douglas Yancey Funny.
But what I'm very upset about is there's only 3 characters, and he is one included. Where is Quail Man?
I hope they come out with Quail Man.
Oh, that would be solid.
I love Quail.
I can't believe they didn't do it because that was such an iconic thing for him.
I dressed up as Quail Man to high school
I
once.
remember that. Remember
I
you
got-
did the belt too.
I got the khaki shorts. I got the white underwear over the shorts. I got the shirt with the Q on it. And I found a belt and I put a clothes hanger in it to make it flop up like a little duck.
I
Like
remember this.
it was spot on Quail Man.
You should see if you can find a picture
I'm
of that.
sure I have it. But
Because we need to post that.
We
really
show.
do.
so
need to
you
see that.
said you liked Logan. You said you liked Doug.
Yes,
the show.
I did. No, I mean we were Doug's age
But
when
he
that
didn't like
show
Power
when that
Rangers.
show came out.
So there is a character. Doug's love interest is
Patty Mayonnaise.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah,
What's her middle name?
couldn't tell you.
Ready for this? I'm gonna blow your mind. Her full name is Patricia Patty Mayonnaise. It's Patty Mayonnaise. That's her full name,
Wow,
right?
wow.
Yeah, you're gonna bring that up at a party later, and you're gonna say, I heard this really,
Fun fact.
fun fact, and
That's where I go for all my
that's
conversation
the type
starters.
of fact. That's the type of fact you're gonna go to a bar. You're gonna talk to a chick. That fact is gonna get you laid. I can tell. I write in. Use that to pick up on a girl and let me know.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Patricia Patty Mayonnaise. Oh, sorry.
What is your second Funko Pop? As I put these away so you can't look at
Sorry, it was blocked by my mic stand, so I didn't even see it. So these are brand new. I haven't seen any of these before. This must be a new line. It's the Saturday Night Live line of Funko Pops, and this is number 1. It's the more cowbell guy, Will Ferrell's character, and it's amazing.
I got a fever.
I love how his belly's showing.
The only prescription.
More
More cowbell. Y'all be wearing gold-plated diapers.
So yeah, those, and then I got some two Westworld ones, which are great. But these two, they just made my day. So yeah, that's what I got. That's pop news. Aaron's pop news of the day.
Awesome. That was a great show and tell.
Thank you very
Aaron.
much. We'll take some pictures.
All right, so moving along into the
so
show,
hot
it is
in here.
toasty. So in case you don't know, if you're a new listener, we hail from Sacktown. It gets hot in here in Sacramento.
Don't worry, it's
during the summer.
Today it was just a cool, breezy 105.
Yeah, we're kind of peaking in July right now, so it's a little bit toasty. Also, for new listeners, we got a lot of different words and things that we say on here regularly. Like everyone knows what we're talking about, or people that we talk about that are friends of the show. If you go and check out the About section at hardlyheroes.com, there's a glossary of words that we say and different people that we talk about regularly.
Hip hop.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Hip hop anonymous.
You give him all the easy ones.
Did you see? I posted that GQ's doing these little vignettes of like actors and their most memorable roles, and they did one with Terry Crews that I posted on our Facebook page, which is amazing. I love Terry Crews, and then they did one with Rob Schneider, and I forgot how funny he's so funny
In that movie?
in everything he does. I just love him.
I like him in 50 First Dates.
It's so good.
He got bitten by a shark.
Sorry.
All right, so we are gonna be doing Getting Pumped Up for Powerhouse Part 2. So our next event is next weekend, actually. It's Saturday, July 28th. We're gonna be at the Powerhouse
Crazy how
Comic
fast
Con.
it comes up.
We'll have a table set up.
Where is that?
Powerhouse in
There you
Pleasanton,
go.
California. You can get your tickets at powerhousecomiccon.com. Use the promo code Hardly Heroes.
All caps.
No spaces.
Save $3 on the already low price of $11. Anyway, we will be doing the panels out there, and one of the people that Buddy will be interviewing, hosting the panels, is Vernon Wells, who has done a bunch of different cool stuff. But a couple of the things specifically we're going to talk about today is he was Wes in The Road Warrior, which is Mad Max 2, and he was also Rancic in
Power Rangers.
Those are
I'm watching Megaforce. It's
Time Force, right? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm real steamed up right now
Sorry.
because I've been watching nothing but Megaforce
I
right now.
heard Time Crisis. Did you say Time Force?
Time Force.
There you go.
Sorry. I'm getting a little steamed up because in 10 short days, I'm
Right.
going to be interviewing some Rangers.
It's so crazy. Like,
And then they're going to say, hey, you're a Red Ranger.
no, they're gonna say you're definitely a Blue Ranger.
No way, dude. I'm definitely a Red Ranger.
You're gonna be lucky that you're not Alpha 5.
I am no Alpha 5. If anybody's Alpha 5, Aaron's Alpha 5.
No, I'm.
Logan's Blue Ranger.
Well, just 'cause
I'm
he's wearing
Red
a blue
Ranger.
shirt.
No, because he's the sciencey one and the
He's
smart
too
one.
tall to be Blue Ranger. Everybody knows Blue Ranger is like 5'8"
No.
and nerdy. Logan, are you 5'8"?
I'm the Groot Ranger.
The Groot, the Brown Ranger. Groot.
He's the Turd Ranger.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I meant that in the best way possible.
I know. And what other way is there to take it?
I know. I
So-
like the Brown Ranger. He's
so-
my favorite.
Vernon Wells is Rancic in Time Force,
Yes.
and we got to interview a Time Force Ranger
Yeah,
as well. Deborah Estelle
Estelle
Phillips. Yeah.
Jeez, I cannot get my words right today.
If you want to check that out, that video is up on YouTube. But so Vernon Wells, the main thing we want to talk about surrounding him is he's I made like the first lieutenant bad guy sort of, I guess.
kind of like-
in Road Warrior.
Their right-hand man.
Yeah.
Does he only have one hand?
Yes.
Only the right hand.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
So Road Warrior is the second movie in the Mad Max series, of which we have 4 now. So I mean, it's kind of a franchise, I would say.
Yeah.
Mad Max, like it's a specific genre that a lot of people are drawn to, and I thought since we're gonna go meet someone that was in the movies and had a big part, it'd be interesting to just talk about Mad Max and our different experiences watching it and why it's cool, and maybe if you haven't seen it, why you might want to go check it out.
And
So,
that's where I am.
right. Interestingly enough, our group here, so Buddy watched these movies growing up, and Mad Max 1 and Road Warrior were two of his favorite movies ever growing up. He somehow skipped Thunderdome and just watched it yesterday, which
I
I'm
did
really
watch
eager
Thunderdome.
to hear about this. I know, right? Isn't that interesting?
Wait, did you watch Mad Max Fury Road when it came out?
Yeah.
So how did
Of
you
course.
skip and go to Mad Max Fury Road?
I just never, I don't know what was so weird, but never did it come up to me. Like, I had saw Road Warrior as a kid.
Okay, hold it for a sec. And then so Aaron's never seen it at all.
I've never seen any of
You
them.
didn't watch any of them yet?
No.
At all, and I just watched all of them
Right.
sequentially. Basically, I binged them from 1 through 4 over the last 2 days and watched nothing else.
Okay.
So let's talk, buddy. I'm curious, having grown up with it. What do you like about Mad Max? You said it was those two movies were your
loved
favorites.
them.
Tell me about it.
So I got into them younger, and what I always liked about it was, you know, how it takes place, obviously, in the future. There's, you know what I mean? There's like pretty much no water. Everybody's fighting pretty much for gas.
It's a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, but everybody's fighting for gas. That's like the big thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what's really...
That's the primary resource.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you could definitely see that, you know what I mean? Like, as a kid, seeing that's how the future could be. You know what I mean? Because gas is pretty much what, you know, because solar wasn't such a big thing
Mad
back
Max
then.
1, it was 1979, I
Yeah.
believe, right? Yeah.
It's gas and toilet paper that run the world.
Yes.
We have to have both. We just have to.
Well, and Aaron, you know, he would definitely need a lot of TP.
I would. I would.
Especially with your superpower.
Super speed right to the toilet.
So what I always thought was cool was the car was super iconic. He was just this kind of anti-hero that, you know, didn't really want to belong to anyone, but kind of did his own thing. But at the same time, he still did care about people. And it was just a fun, I don't know, just a fun kind of movie, because being set in a desert like that, and this whole franchise is like that,
Yeah.
it makes it that much cooler because the actual props and stuff that they have for the sets stand out so much better because there's just not much to work with.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I slowly started to appreciate just having watched all these movies is the realism of all the stunts and how a lot of it, especially in 79, it was groundbreaking stunt stuff.
And it was all like, and they kept me. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know, like, so it's all practical effects basically in the original.
Yeah.
And even in the new one, it's 80%, 90% practical effects.
Yeah, largely. I watched a little bit of the bonus footage on it when I watched it, and they said it's pretty much all the stunts are real. Like, there's wires and things that are used for safety, and that's really more what they do digitally is go and edit out the wires, or when, you know, they're driving into this crazy cloud that's of sand that's
like
changing colors.
Explosions and all that, people going flying. That's all real. Like that. I mean, they're Tom Cruising it.
Yeah.
So just growing up, I thought it was such a cool premise, and it's definitely like 80s feel, you know, with all these crazy, like, everybody wears shoulder pads.
Well, you have to.
You know what I mean? That was like a criteria in the 80s. You want your shoulders to look as big as possible.
You got the spikes.
True.
You got the spikes on the shoulders.
Yeah, and the car was super iconic, and that's what was really cool about the new one is I really liked how they showed the car, but it was not a focal point. They just kind of were like, oh, here's the car. Then he loses it in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and it's just kind of like an afterthought, which I thought was cool. It was paying homage, but at the same time just kind of changing the whole story.
Right.
Yeah. Agreed. I just like watching these movies for the very first time. I had to settle into it a little bit just because of the things that I've been used to seeing recently are just like big Marvel movies where it's just this, like, the whole thing is so epic and new, and you have to have a different appreciation for something that was made almost 40 years ago.
Right.
And watching Mad Max, like, it's the plot doesn't really string together super well. Like there's one scene that I remember in particular where a guy goes out on his motorcycle. He's just driving around. He goes around a corner, crashes.
Okay.
A truck comes out of nowhere, a pickup. He puts his bike in the back of it.
Makes sense.
And then he drives off, and the other guy is standing there with the bike by himself. As the guy's like a bicycle.
Oh,
he's on a
God.
bicycle. So
Got
he's gone out to pick him up. Now I'm on a bicycle.
Oh.
The guy who has been rescued now, he's driving the truck now, gets shot or something, like the car catches on fire and he's dead.
I need to watch this, is what you're saying.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
you really do. It does. So the point, it doesn't string together super well, but
Yeah.
like that's not the point,
Right,
though. Really,
right.
I don't. It's just trying to take you to a world that's kind of like different and scary and show you
Right.
cool stuff. And I think they do a good job of that.
And that's the thing is like a good example of this is I really want to watch them in order because of the practical effects and because of the realism. I like that in movies. Like what did I hear? I heard about the news for Godzilla versus King Kong today.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
going to be a thing, and I'm like, my first reaction was that's going to be awesome, and then I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, it's just going to be two CGI things fighting in a CGI world, and I think that's going to take me out of it when I watch it.
yeah,
And thinking about these movies and more movies like this, like that's what movies are made of. Like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Agreed.
That's exciting.
agreed.
Granted, I'm sure Godzilla versus King Kong is going to be great and it's going to make a whole bunch of money and it's going to be awesome. But it's not going to feel the same as if you watched Road Warrior or the new one. It's just different. It's a different feel. I know those are different movies totally, but I don't know.
I feel it's just a little bit different because of trying to compare it to a Marvel movie or all these like CGI movies. These movies, you don't have any visual things that are cool looking around them. It's sand.
Right.
Like that's it. So the cars, the makeup, the outfits, that's what has to stand out in these movies. And that's what's so cool about even a lot of the stuff they're wearing is black, but the black off of the sand and the look and the shots, especially in the new one, you can tell they spent a lot of time in like there's a part where one of the girls in the new Fury Road, she's riding the motorcycle, but she has paddle tires on, you can see, but she's kicking out the sand as she's riding sideways and you just see it like flaring up, and just that shot, you're like, man, dude, that looks freaking awesome. And that's more of where they have to focus on little things to kind of catch your eye instead of something like where you're watching Thor and there's just too many things to look at.
Right.
And you're just like, there's too much. I can't look at everything.
You
But
watch
this-
Doctor Strange like fly through the multiverse or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
great. I love those scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just a different feel. Like it's more
Exactly.
raw. It's more real.
And that's what I think attracts me to this is it's just they're dealing with such basic things and they make you care for it that much.
Right.
And Fury Road, like I said, I watched a little bit of the making of it, and the way that they put this movie together was just they drew still frames, and it was basically I think like they said 3,600 or something like that still frames, and they showed everyone just sitting in a room planning for this movie, and they're surrounded by like 2x3 tiles of the images of what they're going to create
That's
when
awesome.
they go out to the desert in Africa
Yeah.
for 10 months or whatever it is. And they have to cart all of this stuff out there. Like every vehicle that you see is real.
Well,
the,
and you
the stunts are
heard-
crazy. I get the same feeling of like when you're talking about CGI,
Right.
And how it kind of takes you out of it. You watch this movie and you're like, is that a real guy?
Yeah.
Is that a real guy? And it is.
Like the guy at
pretty
the end of the
much
car
the
playing
whole time.
guitar.
Yeah.
Well, and the villain in this movie was the same villain from
Oh, really?
the Ridge
Huh.
But what else? I don't know if you guys know, but Tom Hardy and what's her eyebrows?
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, they hated one another while filming this movie.
Huh.
And he wrote her a note at the end, like calling her a name and saying how much he hated her. But he was
very
like,
nice.
if it wasn't for that, this movie, or he's like, but this movie did turn out awesome, so thank you. But I could imagine being in the middle of the desert trying to film this movie, and like if somebody messes up a take or this is messed up, like I'm gonna kill you because I want to get out of this.
Awesome energy to be carrying throughout that whole thing, though, for those characters, because that's their whole thing is they don't want to be together. Mm-hmm. They basically just have a job to do, which is survive and keep going, and it winds up being that
so great.
Oh yeah,
they have to do it together.
They would say that they would like get in screaming matches and just like yell at one another, and I'm like, dude,
that's cool.
Whatever. The movie turned out awesome.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's fun. Now I have a question. Sorry, before you go on,
yes.
I am gonna watch all these, and I know that they came out with a black and white version of Fury Road. Can I watch the black and white version instead of the regular version? Because the black and white version just sounds so great. It sounds like it's amazing, and I love that type of thing.
I don't really know if it'll hurt the film. I wouldn't like it as much because I feel seeing it in color because of some of the details, it really pulls you in.
Got it.
There was a lot of effort put into the colors in some of the scenes. Mm-hmm. I think some of it will be cool, but there'll be things that were done specifically with colors that I think you might miss.
Yeah, the only thing I can reference is like Breaking Bad.
Oh, Logan did a black and white too.
Oh, I didn't see that either. But like Breaking Bad, they did scenes like the flashback scenes where, or is it flash forward scenes? Yeah, flash forward scenes in the last season. And then, like Albuquerque is such a beautiful place, and seeing that desert and the sunsets and everything, it's like that's a perfect, like everything was beautiful about a lot of their shots in Breaking Bad, and that makes sense with this movie.
Yeah, so
same type of thing.
But there is parts where it is in black and white.
Yeah, I don't think you could go wrong. I think if you watch it in black and white, it'll be cool, and then you can have a second experience to watch it in color. You know, I think if you were gonna do a black and white first, would be probably more cool than color. It would almost kind of feel like the flow of the movie a little bit too, or like the first time you watch it, you know, it's just more, it's a little more Armageddon-y, and then you get the colors back.
All right, I can dig it.
That's one of the things actually that's cool too about this series is the way, like, when you watch it, like Mad Max, the world hasn't deteriorated quite as much. Like, he starts out as a sort of police officer, and there's kind of TV and things are still around, and then you move on to Road Warrior, and it's like his life has gotten worse. Maybe he's more to the outskirts, is getting like way worse, and then it starts like as you get to Thunderdome and Fury Road, it starts getting crazy.
Yeah, and then Shane comes in. You can't protect him, Rick.
The last thing I want to know about before we move on from Mad Max is Buddy being a huge fan and having somehow missed Thunderdome, which is like the biggest one. It's like starring Tina Turner.
Yep.
I think didn't she write a song for it?
You want to know what's hilarious is we were watching it last night for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, look, there's Tina Turner." And Michelle's like,
"Who?
No, that's not Tina."
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they got Tina Turner to play in this movie.
She runs the city.
Yeah.
Bartertown.
Yeah, Bartertown.
So great. Does the old ones, like the first couple, do they still hold up?
I think Road Warrior still holds up.
Because I can still have the argument with you, and this is only the 90s, that I don't think Spawn holds up at all. But that's just me.
Parts of it.
Right. But they're like Alien. We watch Alien.
If you were to pick out of the three, which one you think still holds up of these? Thunderdome, Road Warrior, and Mad Max.
Thunderdome.
Still holds up?
Are you serious?
Or doesn't?
No, I think I don't know. I actually saw Thunderdome when I was younger.
That's probably why.
So that probably is. That's one of the only ones that I remember at all. Like having seen them for the first time, it's like I want a story, and when I see it now, it's more like reviewing a historical document a little bit, which I find interesting and I enjoy, but it's not the same. It just doesn't give me the same escapism because I'm spoiled, just like we all are.
Yeah.
You know, it's just different. I appreciate it, and I liked it, and I would watch it again, but it's just not.
That fight scene is terrible in that movie.
I don't know. I think it's kind of
cool.
cool.
The Thunderdome itself, terrible.
That's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't like it because I don't like the whole like them being Are we ruining?
It's not a ruin.
It's a, what is it? A 40-year-old
Yeah.
movie? I think it's fine.
They're tied to like rubber bands pretty much, and they're jumping around in this Thunderdome. And I didn't really like that. I really like Mad Max because it's him out in the middle of the desert with this weird like kid
Okay.
with the boomerang. I don't know. But also at the
Boomerang.
same time, he grew up with Thunderdome. I
Right.
grew up with Mad Max.
It's just him experiencing another crazy thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and he goes there because he's in the middle of the desert
True.
by himself, and he gets freaking robbed, and he has to go try and save himself.
Okay.
You know?
But I would love to hear what you think.
I'm excited to watch them. Yeah.
Well, and you got to
that'll
watch
be
them.
interesting.
Yeah, before.
Wait, I have to
con.
watch them before the con? I'm
Yeah.
not doing the panel.
It doesn't matter. You got to have
You're
some
doing the
context.
panel. What are you talking about?
The panel.
And and sidekicks out there, if you anything you guys want to write in and say
Yeah.
about the Mad Max series, we'd love
Or-
to hear from you.
Yeah, or
guys.
if you have any questions you want me to ask, let me know.
Oh.
Oh yeah, questions so it's Vernon Wells that we're going to be getting to
For Mad
interview
Max.
at a panel. He's from Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. He plays Wes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do your Googles, you can find out exactly who he is real quick.
All right. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this con. Like super excited.
Hopefully, a
gonna be
lot
fun.
of sidekicks show up.
Yeah. We know a couple are. Mm-hmm. But that's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we got next?
All right, we got some sidekick mail.
Sidekick mayo.
I think if I say it and then do the sounder, that's not exactly how it's supposed to go.
No.
So, try to ask me what's next.
So what's next?
Sidekick
There.
mayo.
I like it.
There we go.
Yeehaw.
So we got a couple. First one is from Avari, aka Gamer Victorious. Greetings, fellow nerds and all knowers of the comic and tube universe. Sitting
Hi.
on the other side of the world, currently in Delhi, India.
Whoa.
And after listening to your great podcast about Power Rangers and Netflix shows, first let me say you are all doing great work. I'm going to burst the bubble here, but I never really liked Power Rangers.
That's okay.
And my reasons for saying so are the following.
Ouch.
Wow.
All the Power Rangers series and concepts are the same. The fights are corny and the costumes look horrible and cheap. The acting is terrible and never improves, and there's no real story or direction, and overall it just gets progressively worse. Buddy, what do you have to say to
But
this?
that's the point.
The Power Rangers have always been campy.
It's always cheesy.
But that's what I like about it. RPM, if you really want to give it a shot, I feel is the best of a storyline.
Yeah.
Or the Tridge, obviously. But
Green Ranger.
for the newer ones, I feel like RPM has a really good story that I feel, you know what I mean, might sway you a little bit. But obviously all the villains are way over the top.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's just the concept of the show. But I understand. I just always,
It's a guilty. It's like a guilty pleasure almost.
there you go. I love the Rangers, and I'm a Red Ranger.
You're
so.
blue, but that's fine. Keep telling yourself that.
So back to your last show, you said that how could anyone not like Back to the Future?
Oh.
Oh no!
I don't like the movies that much, although I watched them in 2010, many years after the release, which
So
we
good.
kind of just talked about, which could be
so
fair.
you're gonna try to tell me right now you wouldn't want a hoverboard?
Oh.
I would kill for a hoverboard. I would kill Aaron for a hoverboard.
That said, I would have to say that the best of the three movies has to be the second installment, which has the richest storyline and greatest number of time travel destinations.
What?
Which movie is your favorite in the trilogy?
The first one.
Yeah.
yeah.
The second one is great, and I even love the third one because people look, people poo-poo on the third one, and it is great. I love
totally
it.
solid
It's-
entry into the trilogy.
It's fine. It's not crazy awesome one. It's perfect for what it is.
yeah, but one.
Hoverboard, dude.
It's
Hoverboard. That's all I gotta say.
So-
Listen, they're made Nikes that actually work after that movie.
yeah. So before we go on,
Which are ridiculously
So
expensive.
Christopher Lloyd, I was going to add this, but I didn't. Christopher Lloyd, who played Doc Brown in Back to the Future, he wants to play Rick Sanchez. So he wants to be on Rick and Morty as Rick's dad. So Rick is the old man.
up, yeah.
And it's just so because Justin Roiland made it
After Back to the
the
Future.
original animated thing. It was Rick and Marty basically a ripoff of Back to the Future. But that was the point. And if he becomes Rick Sanchez's father in this show,
hilarious.
it would be amazing.
That would be pretty phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, I cannot. I hope so.
That'd be on the same level as Patrick Stewart being Professor Xavier.
So
True.
So Justin Roiland, if you're listening to this show, and I know you are, do it. I don't care what has to be done. Just do it.
Sign on the dotted line.
There you go.
And now he says, I have a quick question. Why wasn't Ant-Man shown in the latest Marvel movie, Infinity War? All of the other characters were there.
This is a great question.
He was on house arrest.
Because not a lot of people know this. Because if you're just look, we have to really keep up with this, with every character and where they are and what's going on. Mm-hmm. Not everybody does. So this is a good so Hawkeye and Ant-Man are just laying low during Infinity War. Ant-Man is on house arrest, so he literally could not help.
Yes.
And I don't remember. And Hawkeye is just like, I'm gonna go live with my family.
Yeah, and take some time off.
Right. So that's where he was, and I mean, which is fine because him and Hawkeye, I believe, are going to be huge characters in Avengers 4. Mm. I mean, except for we don't know what's going to happen after the end of Ant-Man, but no spoiling it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I also think that there's a high possibility that Ant-Man was not in Infinity War because he was kind of busy filming Ant-Man 2.
Well, if we're going to be if we're gonna do real talk,
are you like what? And what format are you asking the question? So let's just answer both.
All right. Sorry.
All right. And then he finishes up saying, "P.S. I am still waiting for you guys to compare the top Marvel versus DC female characters of all time." That wouldn't has that top 5 come around, like top 5 female characters or female superheroes?
That'd be hard because I feel like DC is amazing with female characters. Like I feel like they win everything.
Yeah.
Marvel has good female characters,
but not as good
but
as
Wonder Woman. I mean, you can't beat Wonder Woman.
No.
She's the best.
Well, are we talking about only heroes or just women?
Yeah, like
because Harley Quinn's a amazing character.
Point being, this would be a great conversation that we could
maybe not a top 5, but a good conversation.
We could go for a while.
We'll table that.
So take care.
What was that?
Share the love and make the peace. Regards, Gamer Victorious.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you for writing in. Hopefully, give RPM a chance, but
yeah. So, do you want me to read the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
Support my boy Mike.
So,
rail through it because we got to try and get to some news before people go to sleep.
Well, So this is because you guys called out Clayton, our good friend of the show, been on the show. You called him out.
Doesn't have a profile though,
unfortunately. So we got an email from Clayton because you guys called him out. Was it Logan that called him out, or Brandon, or you, or all of you?
I think it was Buddy.
Whoa!
I feel like you were kind of just backing up and like, hey, you can like what you like, and
no, he didn't. He did not, sir.
I did not call Clayton out. Actually, I just happened to state an opinion.
Yes,
that I feel it was. You know what? It was spawned by the actor who plays Jar Jar saying that he almost committed suicide,
which is suck.
And that's what I'm like. I've had enough of all of this prequel hating, and I decided to take a stand for the people that like the prequels for whatever reason.
I mean,
that will stand up to the Tridge. Freaking messiahs that rule all of Star Wars. I don't want to hear
all
about
I'm
it
saying
anymore.
is you mean Star Wars. Like, I'm not a fan of the original of the.
You don't like the original?
No, I love the original. I'm not a fan of the prequels. I don't love them, but I don't hate them vehemently. And this is why I always say Star Wars fans are the worst. They're the worst. No. So not only did you almost kill Jar Jar, like literally,
Jiggy Jar Jar Jew.
I have stop. Nobody knows what you're doing. These fans basically made Jake Lloyd, who plays young Anakin, he's in jail right now for like some drug offense or attempted murder or something. This boy is in jail. You fans did that to him. Mm-hmm. He was a cute, innocent little boy, and you guys turned him to crime. That's all I'm saying.
All people are trying to do is make a Star Wars movie, and it wasn't that bad. It's not perfect.
Wasn't that good though?
I didn't. You know what? One thing I'll also say is you'll notice I've never said it's the best Star Wars movie.
no.
I've said it's my favorite.
Which is that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Logan, I'm with you. I understand. But anyways,
Dirty dirt.
so
The email says
the email is from Clayton, and it says, "Okay, first thing, all art is subjective, and if you find any part of the Star Wars prequels cool, cool.
Yes.
However, there are elements of storytelling that are crucial to telling a good story. The Phantom Menace is objectively bad storytelling. Man, he is a good writer, and I'm not
He
a
is
good reader.
Very good writer.
Sorry, Clayton. There is no true hero or protagonist. Plot is muddled, and even within the world of sci-fi and fantasy, doesn't make sense. Dialogue is disjointed and stale. The villain motivation is nearly absent, and his plan is so unbelievably... what is that word?
I don't. You're the one that's reading it.
Is unbelievably reliant on chance. Side characters are based on racial characteristics and lack any understandable depth, in quotations, unless you want to count the sources outside the actual movie. I could go on. I believe it. All day. But it's only an hour show. This is true. Do you want me to read the last part? Okay. And apparently I'm not even officially a reoccurring guest. Has he only been on once or twice?
Well,
Twice.
What I had
Oh, man.
said on the show was we put on reoccurring guests so you
Right.
know who they are.
Correct.
Clayton's been on the show twice.
He has. So we might have to fix that. I guess you could say I'm hardly a friend of the show. That's awesome. They say there are good guys and bad guys, and when the good guys stop letting you play, the bad guys have oh man, I don't know that word. I can't read. What are you doing? Anyways, maybe the villains could use a little more firepower on their team.
Dang, so now he's a villain?
I think he is.
So Logan finally got a villain.
He did.
Wait.
Yeah.
So rebuttal, please.
No, you don't get a rebuttal. So Clayton is
Yeehaw!
next.
All right, he's gonna yeehaw me. Fine. Right. You know what? I'll let it lie because he didn't get a rebuttal the last time that I popped.
And I can't read.
But it's my turn next.
All right. So yeah,
All right.
thanks, Clayton.
So news. Let's see.
I
Sidekick.
really thought I was going to get you on the dirty dirt.
Sidekick mayo.
Wait, weren't we already doing sidekick? Man?
I thought we played at the end and the beginning. Right.
Oh, I got
So
you.
we're exiting out of.
That's I got it.
Sidekick
There it is.
mayo.
Okay.
So in the news, this is from Time.com. Amazon's website crashed within minutes of starting Amazon Prime Day, and the internet was losing it. Amazon.com kicked off its big Prime Day sales promotion with technical glitches on its website and app, threatening its 36 hours sales extravaganza.
Not a technical glitch. It crashed. That's not a technical glitch. What are you doing, Amazon? You're the biggest company in the world. Your CEO is literally the richest man ever. How is your website going to crash?
Taking over Walmart.
No, seriously.
I know.
Here's the thing. I've never participated in Prime Day before. I didn't even look at the deals. My wife and I were so enthralled with these deals. And then the beginning of it, you go to buy something and it's like they show a picture of a dog upside down and said, oops, something went wrong. No. What are you doing?
That's all right. The stock's
What-
down to
what-
only
let
like
me- I'm sorry.
$1,700 a share.
What are you, Build-A-Bear? You don't have these mistakes. Just
I was laughing. I talked to my dad a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, just get whoever an Amazon gift card." He's all, "What's Amazon?"
What?
I'm like, are you serious?
Oh
right
no,
now?
you might have just blown his mind because he might If he's just finding out what Amazon is, I wonder. That'd have been funny if he's like, "Don't they just sell books?" So, did you guys do Amazon Prime Day at all?
No.
I did not.
You didn't. So I did, because it was my first year, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was like they took my virginity. I lost
Popped your cherry?
They popped my Amazon Prime cherry, which is it's a big old cherry. So my wife and I bought some stuff. My wife bought me this. I got a Kindle, and I'm a little pissed off because I bought a Kindle like a week and a half ago. My wife bought me a Bluetooth keyboard for this said Kindle.
You're fancy.
Yeah, and then my wife was like, well, I think I'm going to get a Kindle because all the Amazon specific products were on sale. Like, that was the first thing you saw. You saw Alexas. You saw Kindles. You saw everything that Amazon is. It's their product first.
You saw a shoe.
Sure.
So
And then
they
another
want-
shoe.
They they want you to buy the things that help
yeah.
you buy more stuff.
Sure. So I bought a Kindle Fire HD8 about a week and a half ago. I love it. It's wonderful. Then my wife goes, oh, I think I'm going to get one too. And I said, oh, that's great. You should do that. I thought she was going to get one. She got 3.
Jeez.
Kindles?
Yes.
What do you need 3 of them for?
Juggling.
You don't know why I need 3? There's me. There's Jen. There's Max. There's Cadence. I have 2 kids.
What about
Xander can't use a Kindle.
Protector
what are
of
you
Man.
doing? No, Xander, Protector of Man can't use a
he
Kindle right now.
needs one because he's a superhero in training. He's protector of
I
man.
can't even talk.
He's got to give it to the guy in the chair.
That's how you raise children now.
Yes.
Is you throw a screen
Right.
in the bed
It's not
and
a baby.
walk away.
Waka waka. So yeah, so she got 3, and it was a good deal. That's all I'm saying. She was like, I got 3, and then I was like, so wait, you have 2 and I have 2? I did that too. So, but no, the kids got them. She's got them. It's just so great. And oh my gosh, I got new headphones. Really awesome.
What kind?
Why? Because I like headphones.
What kind?
Just in the ear headphones for
Okay.
like doing yard work. They're
You do yard work?
Yeah, I do yard work. I got a lot of weeds out there in Rio Linda. Okay.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah, they're nice. They're wooden ones. They look like wood. They're fancy.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did. That was my Prime Day experience.
I've never
my wife-
participated in Prime Day.
My wife almost bought a 3D printer.
Dude, if she would have got a 3D printer, I would have been steamed up.
$100 off.
Oh, dude.
I wish she would have.
Dude, we could have made keychains. We could have made
Yeah,
so much cool
everything.
things.
I'm sure we're gonna get one eventually.
Oh,
but-
dude, that would be friggin'
so
awesome.
that was my Prime Day, my first Prime Day experience, and I loved it. You know why? Because I like the idea of Black Friday, but I don't like going out and seeing people. And this, I don't have to see anybody.
This is they've decided to make, they're basically like, we own shopping.
Right.
We're going to make our own
Let's do it.
Black Friday.
And that's exactly how it came about. They're
All
like,
of you buy stuff.
this is official. Like, they came out and said this. They're like, how can we do a Black Friday in the summer?
Just say it.
And they're like, why don't we just make up our own day? And that's how it happened. Amazon was like, let's just do it. And they did it. And I love it. It's so
It
great.
says shoppers were expected to spend $3.4 billion on the site during the event,
Jeez.
which
Yeah.
is up more than 40% from a year earlier.
So their numbers, hold on. So let me look. I have there's a number here. So buddy, keep talking.
What would you buy on Amazon Prime Day, Logan? If you could pick anything.
You know, I mean, honestly, I really just, if I'm going to buy stuff, I'm saving my money to buy things at cons that people have made. Honestly, I just don't like, Amazon's cool and I'll buy specific things on there that I really like, but there's not something I'm just like, if I'm just going to spend some money to spend some money, I'd rather take it to a con and like, you know, like buy some art, you know what I mean? Like buy some prints or an original art piece or something.
They also had a Sonic ice maker that was $100 off.
I'm not
Sonic
gonna lie.
Ice.
If I was
People love Sonic ice. That's all I'm saying.
if I was gonna pick one thing off of Amazon right now,
Pellet ice.
it would be the big infinity gauntlet that like moves. And have you seen it? Because I would want to use it when we went to cons and stuff to put on the table.
I saw
Yeah.
a pretty awesome Infinity Gauntlet at the Disney store the other day.
I want the one.
It's a cushy one. It's like a soft one. It doesn't move, but it's nice.
Yeah, because I
It's-
want the one that moves.
It's a
and
little.
like,
This one it was $50, and it's a little better than the one that Manny got from Target. Mm-hmm. but it's not wonderful. But I think it's worth the 50. But I didn't get it. It's just it feels it's soft.
Better
It was
than your
soft.
Hulk hands.
Nothing's better than my Hulk hands. Let's just get that out there.
All right, so next up we got from comicbook.com, Venom is officially not a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Does Venom in that paper have a question mark at the end? Venom?
Does not.
Okay. Here's the thing. I'm okay with this, right? Fine. Make Venom its own standalone thing because they're doing that with Joker. Joaquin Phoenix is doing a Joker origin that has nothing to do with any DC movies out, right? I get it. I don't think I think they're lying. I think we're going to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man make a cameo in the Venom movie. It's going to happen.
It's not that just a cameo
No,
won't
you're
matter
wrong.
though. You can't
You're wrong.
you can't build Venom as a character
Right.
without Spider-Man. It
Right.
just like you can't have him have his own standalone thing without having done some Spider-Man with him. I just have a lot of feelings about this because Venom was my favorite Spider-Man villain. Like when I was reading the Spider-Man comics, he was the main villain.
He's in everybody's top 3 best Spider-Man villains.
It's like if you had never seen the Joker done well on screen against Batman and they said, we're going to make a Joker standalone movie first.
Right.
How would you feel about that? Like, to me, this is a big villain and you're just wasting it.
Well, they did. I mean, they did Venom. They did it poorly with what's his name? Topher Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
from
know,
that 70s show.
2 villains in 1 superhero movie, bad.
Oh yeah.
Period. Unless you've already introduced them, unless you did a Marvel Universe thing and then the villains came and teamed up, I could see that. But 2 villains that you've never introduced, you're not going to build enough backstory to care about them at all as a villain. Which you have to.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 with what was his name? Electro and the Rhino at the very end. Paul Giamatti in a Rhino costume.
No 2 villains. Like these, it's the showiness is a part of these characters and stuff. But what makes them so good and what has changed everything is what Disney has done is build a story around them.
So wait, do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? Because I still think that Venom is going to be in that universe, but you don't like how they're doing it.
I don't think so. It's not. I don't think it will because it's not. It's not going to fit in. It's going to be like the same way that the Sony X-Men universe.
Right.
That's not going to be merged into the MCU because it's all over the place, and they kind of just told individual stories that related to what was happening, and Disney's not going to accept that. I don't think.
No, if it doesn't fit in their plan, they don't want it. I mean, it's not like they're hurting for money.
Hashtag Drake. Sorry. I know it's not God's plan, but that's what I thought of.
If it's not fitting in their timeline and their story and how they want it all to work,
Right.
there's no point. And they've already paid a buttload of money to have Spider-Man. And since they don't get Venom, it's like whatever, which just sucks because I wish they did get Venom.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still excited for this movie.
Oh, I'm definitely
and
gonna
I have a
see it.
feeling
I'm
we're
excited.
gonna get a good trailer this weekend at Comic-Con for it.
We're gonna get a good trailer of Aquaman.
Yeah. See, I'm so mad that Marvel's not going to be there. Like they have nothing to show.
Well, they have Captain Marvel, and that is it.
Yeah, show me some Captain Marvel. I would love to see Brie Larson.
Agreed. Maybe Disney has this grand plan to just be like, let's not do anything.
You know what they
and
did?
just let DC fall flat on their face so we can get the best deal on it ever.
I'm gonna Google. I wonder when D23 is because I wonder if that's gonna be when they do it. Because they've been doing a lot of premieres,
I bet.
big stuff at D23.
Yeah, that's their con.
Yeah,
Right.
that's exactly what they have been doing. If you've noticed, they release some stuff at Comic-Con, but the main of it is from D23 because that's their own.
Yeah.
And I mean, where would you rather show it? Because you want media coverage for them, which I'm not going to lie, I want to go to D23.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It just seems.
That's a goal for the Hardly Heroes.
Oh, hardly. Do we need to make a list? Hardly Heroes goal list?
Well, I mean, knowing Logan's probably already been thinking about it.
There you go.
He's our visionary.
Oh, I like it. So, yeah. Oopsie.
That keyboard sure is falling.
I can't move it. I have to stay. It has to stay where it is, and if I touch it, it just falls
It's a
apart.
trifold that you can put in your breast pocket or your
Ooh.
back pocket.
I have 2 breast pockets.
Are we gonna address the elephant in the room, guys?
What elephant?
We have had a fourth mic all night tonight, and not one person has
true.
mentioned him, and it is very upsetting to me because I thought you guys would mention it by now. But we have a guest in studio
Right
tonight.
now, he's being very quiet.
Super quiet, wants to be a fly on the wall, we would say. But
I picked him
The
up.
man-
He was hanging out at Manny's all day today. I feel it for like 3 months he's been hanging out at Manny's.
yeah, the man, the myth, the legend, the Indian Viking, Sonny is in the house.
He's actually, I don't know, is he winking at me or has Aaron just rudely tossed his shirt over the top of his face?
Yeah,
there he is.
I just put my shirt there, man.
He's rocking his Hardly Hero shirt. He's even got his fan experience lanyard on.
Oh, man.
Made world famous on the Hardly Heroes Infinity War opening weekend fan experience
Yes.
video.
Did I ever tell you guys this story?
no.
You heard about how he accidentally got left at the theater?
No.
Yes.
Sonny got left at the theater accidentally
rude. Oh.
because he was in the very front.
Oh, I thought you meant real Sonny.
Oh, no.
I'm like, one of his friends just left him at a theater? That's rude.
So he got left,
Yes.
and I called the theater and was like, hey, we left a cardboard cutout of a man with a Hardly Hero shirt. So I get him back, and he has a hat on, some random hat. It was a black hat on
Wait,
top of his
do
head.
we have the hat still?
I think I have it somewhere in my car.
You think you have Sonny's hat? You better return that business.
But yeah, somehow somebody gave him a hat.
That's
so
awesome.
I just wanted to give our shout out to our guest.
I love that you called the theater and then they're like, yeah, we got him, and they have to pull him out of the trash.
Yeah.
Dust him off.
We're like, don't throw him away, please.
no.
He's valuable.
That urine doesn't. You can't see it. It's fine.
It's fine. He's priceless.
Yes.
All right. So
man.
next up, we got from entertainmentweekly.com. Joss Whedon is returning to TV with an epic HBO sci-fi series. So the Firefly and Buffy the Vampire Slayer creator and the Avengers director has an epic new sci-fi series that was just greenlit by HBO. Titled The Nevers, the series is described as an epic science fiction drama about a gang of Victorian women who find themselves with unusual abilities, relentless enemies, and a mission that might change the world. Says Whedon, who will serve as showrunner, I honestly couldn't be more excited. The Nevers is maybe the most ambitious narrative I've ever created, and I can't imagine a better home for it than HBO. Not only are they the masters of cinematic long form, but their instant understanding of my odd, intimate epic was as emotional as it was incisive. It's been too long since I created an entirely new fictional world, and the HBO Dream Team offered not just scope and experience, but prestige, a passion about collaboration. I could go on, but I'm
Please
impatiently grateful to say I have work to do.
So let me just say this. I am so excited to never see this.
You're really you're so wrong, and I'm gonna mark it down right now that you're gonna sit here and tell me that the creator of
Yeah.
Firefly,
Right.
the director of Avengers,
Right.
that he's just the master
Look,
of
man, I-
all geekdom. He puts out nothing but good stuff, and he's gonna get his own like biggest dream on HBO, and you're like, "Bleh."
I like Buffy the first time. Look, I get it. I like strong female leads that don't take no crap from no man. But
So you're,
we've seen it before.
so you're saying you're a woman hater.
No, I'm saying I'm a woman
So
lover.
you're saying he can't hit lightning twice. in the
I'm
bottom.
no, I'm saying I'm definitely saying Joss Whedon can't do it again.
Wow.
Sorry. I don't believe in him. I think he's past his prime. I think
We need to mark
Thrown
this date
the bucket.
sidekicks.
he's kicked the tree in the head.
I just don't feel HBO would give him something if they didn't believe in it.
They can believe in it, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
So
It's
this
gonna
is
be
it.
good.
They believe in it to the point. It says HBO won the series in a bidding war with rival Netflix. Sources say it gave the project a direct-to-series order, a relative rarity for
Or
the
rarity.
network.
So look,
So basically, they're like make a series. There's no pilot.
Right.
It's just go do it.
So am I going to have to watch this and then have you guys
Yes.
laugh at me because I'm so wrong? Look, I'm used to it. I mean, I've been living
your
my whole
whole
life.
life.
Mom, Mom, I'm sorry. So yeah, look, I'll watch it at least the first. If I don't get pulled in by the first episode,
By the second episode.
second, really, I
I
have
would
to waste
even.
2.
I was gonna try to say 3.
I have to waste 2 hours of my life on something I might hate.
Yes.
Well, I guess I do it here every week. So
Exactly.
that makes sense.
Fair enough.
Wait
Anyway,
and
so-
see. So it's just starting in development.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it's
Who would
so,
you want as the lead?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
The Fifes?
Yeah. Oh no, Rihanna.
Okay.
much better.
Yeah.
Megan Fox.
No. what is this? 2006? No, I don't want Megan Fox.
What else does HBO have that's queued up? That's gonna be a big deal. That's like really. So they had like Westworld was
Oh,
doing
the
all
new
right
Game of
for a little
Thrones?
bit.
Yeah, but
The
that's
prequel.
ending.
No.
The prequel. Yeah. The prequel. That's going to be their biggest thing. Sorry, that
More-
will be.
Well, you asked.
More Game of Thrones.
Yes, yes, more Game of Thrones. Everybody,
Everybody
wants
wants
it.
more Game of
All
Thrones.
right.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's millions of fans that read all the books and all the.
I'm sorry,
lore.
Leftovers sucked.
You didn't even finish it. You don't even know. Don't try to just. What are you doing? You're
I
just
just
trying.
really wanted to piss you off.
Come on.
I pissed off 3 of our listeners.
3 whole list.
3 old listeners. Just hit pause.
All of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
Well,
looking
'cause
forward
that's
to.
what they were hoping with Westworld. Like Westworld was gonna.
Look, we have to give Westworld a chance.
I'm
because-
really hoping. I'm just
because
saying.
this is what happened with Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot's first season
Mr.
was.
Roboto.
Thank you very much. Mr. Robot's first season was wonderful. Mr. Robot's second season was weird and subpar. And then their third season was the best they've ever had. Period. So, just
It's just hard because they lost a lot of viewers. I hope they come back for the third
habadoo.
season.
Okay? Just habadoo.
I just think Nevers, especially reading that statement that he put out and hearing some about it, where he's like, sorry, like Netflix was bidding against HBO.
Right.
First of all, the only people that got a shot is Netflix and HBO. It's the 2 top of the line, like we talked about. Those
Right.
are the 2 main top of the
Creme
line
de la
streaming
creme.
services or whatever. And he's like, look, sorry, Netflix, basically, but you're just not HBO.
Exactly.
So I'm going with HBO.
'Cause
So it's
like
Joss
you
Whedon
said,
and HBO. It's going to be
it was
solid.
like what you said, Aaron. HBO cares about.
No, I know they do. And I'm cautiously cautious. Because I think... I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a nitpicker. Maybe
You're
I'm
a
just,
nitpicker.
I'm a negative Nelly today. That's what I am.
Negative.
I'm really
Nancy.
hot, and it's affecting my mood, and I'm sweating in my knee pits.
On your underoos.
No. My knee pits are sweaty, and I just I'm.
What about your regular pits?
Oh, those are bad. I mean, the deodorant has just been soaked through with sweat. Why even wear deodorant? Because it doesn't work. So
True.
what's the point?
All right.
Sorry, keep
Well,
going.
No, it's before we all start to smell how you feel. Let's get through this last story. So, and this is a little bit of a long one, but it's got this. So this is about the new Spawn movie coming
Yeah.
out. But a lot of what's in here is just a description of Spawn as a character that I thought was cool when I read it, and I just wanted to read it because,
Which is great.
like, Spawn is something to me that is like it's just a cool special character and comic book series to me because it's the only series that I started collecting and like right when it came out at issue number 1, and I read it from 1 through like 130 or something like that. Spawn's like
Dedicated.
Spawn's probably the biggest non-mainstream character that you haven't heard of. He was the flagship character for Image Comics.
Yeah.
Which was a company that it was made up of a bunch of like artists and people who broke away from Marvel and DC
Yeah.
because they felt like the way that the structure was set up for comics over there, it just wasn't. They didn't give enough to the creators and
I
everything.
think it's funny that Image is still called an independent comic, and I'm like, they're pretty big.
Yeah, they did wind up being a little bit kind of like Marvel and DC,
Like
but
they've become huge. They're arguably the number 3 biggest comic creator.
yeah, they are. I mean, even recently they beat DC as recently as.
And
a
I
few
love
years
them.
ago.
Like Walking Dead. Say what you will about the show, but the comic, at least the first 130 issues that I've read, were amazing. It's a great comic. Not a great show now, but a great comic.
Yeah. So this story here is from GameSpot.com, and it says Jeremy Renner will star in Spawn movie alongside Jamie Foxx. According to Deadline, Jeremy Renner has agreed to be Detective Twitch Williams in the upcoming Spawn movie, starring alongside Jamie Foxx. The film marks the directional debut of Todd McFarlane, the creator of the original Spawn comic. Mainstream fans of Marvel and DC might not recognize the name of the superhero Spawn, as it doesn't belong to either universe. Spawn's first issue debuted in May 1992, telling the story of Albert Al Simmons, a CIA operative who was killed by his best friend and subsequently sent to hell. There, Al makes a deal with an evil being known as Malbolgia, which is the devil, basically, where Al exchanges his soul for a chance to walk the earth again to be with his wife. Al is brought back to life, but 5 years has passed after he's been brought back to life, and his wife has moved on, married someone else, and had a daughter. Even worse, Al has little to no memory of his past life other than his wife, and his body has been reduced to a twisted corpse covered by a demonic supernatural cape.
Makes sense.
An agent of Malbolgia, known as the Violator, checks in with Al to let him know he's been reborn as a Hellspawn, or Spawn for short, and must enact horrific violence on a world in order to spread Malbolgia's evil. Al retreats to a near-abandoned alley in a desperate attempt to hide away from his growing desire to inflict violence on others, vowing only to venture into the world to watch over his ex-wife and her family. However, unable to suppress his rage and his hideous appearance and unfair situation, Spawn dispenses the bloodiest, most visceral punishments he can think upon the criminals he finds, whether they be human, angel, or demon. Spawn has very few allies, but Twitch, who is going to be Jeremy Renner apparently, proves to be one of the anti-heroes most valuable. Unafraid of Spawn's demonic appearance and powers, Twitch will sometimes help Spawn on his mission to rid the world of criminals. Twitch's intelligence and intuition make him one of the world's best detectives, and the sheer breadth of his knowledge has helped Spawn on more than one occasion. Twitch is also an incredible marksman. He has the ability to solve advanced trigonometric functions on the fly, making him a near-perfect shot.
That sounds intense.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is I should start reading old Spawn comics.
Yeah.
Because I can buy Volume 1 right now on Amazon for $11.39.
Yeah.
The actual issue?
No, the first, what is that, 6 issues?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, they've got, I think they have trade paperbacks of Spawn at Big Brother that I've seen, actually.
See, I got a Kindle
Local
now,
comic
and
shop.
I want to read it all on my Kindle.
You can do it there as well.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm excited. See, unlike Joss Whedon's new project, I'm excited for this. I'm super pumped because I don't know what he just said, that synopsis of what Spawn is. Never known that. I think I saw the movie in the 90s, but
You don't remember any of it?
I don't remember, and I was never a fan of Spawn.
This is going to be a lot different. Like, I actually just recently I put on HBO. They did a Spawn animated series for a few years in the late
didn't know
90s, I think.
Okay.
And it's a very late night HBO type of series in the way, it merges together really well. But the story, it's not so much spectacle. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more about the story, and it is a very dark character. So, I mean, this wraps up saying, Spawn is one of the most graphic comics out there, featuring large amounts of gore, sex, torture, or some combination of the three. It comes as little surprise that Todd McFarlane has claimed the movie to be more R-rated than Deadpool. This movie will be dark.
And that's the thing is, I know that back when it came out, it was doing things in that comic that had never been done.
Yeah.
I think it was the darkest comic for its time, and still a lot darker than a lot of comics now.
Yeah, it really will be.
But not like dark as a stick. It was dark for a purpose.
Yeah.
It had to be dark for it to work.
Right. Just one of the things also that I doubt they will incorporate this into the movies, but one of the things that I really liked about Spawn as a character is that he actually in the comic books, as you would read through them initially, he has like a limited amount of power that he's been given to him by Malbolgia, and there's a clock, like a ticker, as you read through the comics, and whenever he does something and uses his powers for whatever reason, the ticker trims down. And when he uses up all of his power, he has to go back to hell after that. So, and he learns this along the way. So he makes the decisions that take him closer to going back to hell, basically, and not being able to be on Earth anymore.
Yeah, I like it. I just bought the volume 1, 160 pages, and I hadn't seen it because it came out. What that's 92 is when it first came out.
Yeah,
the art in it looks good. Like I cannot read like old Spider-Man comics, even from the 90s. They just look old to me. Like they feel old. This doesn't feel old.
Yeah, it was really, I think, a lot of when Image started up, as it was this breakout of comic books a little bit, where there was like not, I love Marvel and DC obviously, but there's a lot of structure and everything. I mean, you continue to see it as Disney is starting to buy everything up, and the whole thing was kind of anti that, and it just gave a lot of cool artists freedom to do different things and create new different characters and own them also.
Yeah. So do you want to, I love this. And so that's exciting. And I love Jeremy Renner too, because he's from Modesto. We all loved him in Hurt Locker. And, he's Hawkeye, but,
I thought he was from Lodi.
No, he's from Modesto. But I think you want to just save some of this because we spent a lot of time on a lot of things.
That's true. Well, what if you got one more thing to get out? You just got to get it out. Sprinkles.
Right.
Not that.
Oh,
not that.
Gross.
What do I got to get out? Oh, I know what I have to get out. The movies.
Yes.
That are coming out this week. Are you guys ready? There's actually some pretty good ones, if I don't say so myself. So are you guys going to go out to the movies this weekend? Are you going to go to the State Fair again, buddy?
I'll be camping this weekend.
Whoa, where are you going?
Scott's Flat.
Okay, I didn't actually expect you to say it just to the whole world, but okay.
It's fine.
So,
Aaron, I haven't decided if I'm going to go to the movies yet this weekend.
Well,
I'm going to tell me what's going out.
I'm going to change your mind right now with the first movie, Mamma Mia. Here we go again, the Mamma Mia sequel. It's a musical, Mamma Mia.
Yeah. I can't.
It's actually really popular.
Can't do it. I know it's really popular.
So so that's coming out this weekend. Also coming out this weekend, Denzel in it again. Equalizer 2.
Are you serious?
He's just busting people. Oh, hi Siri.
I'm serious.
She's serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's serious.
Anyway, so Equalizer 2, Denzel. Actually, I mean that movie is just a great gory kill. Like it's like the John Wick. It's like kind of like John Wick. He just goes around and kills people.
But a Denzel.
It's a great gory kill.
And this next one, are you ready for this? We've been waiting for years. Finally, David Spade is coming out. Joe Dirt 3.
Are you serious?
Well, it's actually called Father of the Year, but it's literally Joe Dirt 3.
It's coming out this weekend?
Yeah. It actually looks pretty funny. So look up Father of the Year, you guys. I think for a comedy, we've been kind of running low on comedies in the past few years. We got Blockers, which I guess was funny.
Super Troopers 2.
I didn't see it. Didn't see Block. I don't watch comedies anymore.
Did you guys see Tag? Neither of you saw Tag.
Didn't see it.
Tag is solid.
So I think
Tag's a good one.
I gotta watch that.
From the trailers
look forward to it.
From the trailers I saw, Father of the Year actually looks really good. And it literally looks like Joe Dirt 3. Like he has the long hair and everything.
Joe Dirt.
Yeah, Joe Dirt. But yeah, so those are the 3 movies that are coming out this weekend. Please go see it. And that's all I got.
We got any iTunes reviews?
No, I looked.
Well, ask the people.
Can you please? Here's the thing. Just go to iTunes, right? You don't have to have a Mac. You can go on your PC. You got everybody has iTunes. Just get it. And if you don't, download it. It's free. What you do is you go to the iTunes store. You type in Hardly, that's HARDLY space Heroes, HEROES, Look us up. We're right there. You click on it. You go to rate. You go to rate. You don't even have to write anything. We would prefer that you do, but you don't have to. 5 stars preferably. Please and thank you. And then you just write us a review. We're going to read it on the air. You'll be famous. Well, you'll be Sacramento famous. Okay?
That's as famous as you ever want to be. Let's
True.
be honest.
Once we read your iTunes review on the air, you know who you'll be more famous than Peja. Yeah. Not
Stojakovic?
not Vladi because he's part of the Kings.
So we got famous levels. We got
Right.
Chris Pratt, Sacramento, Peja.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you, if you write an iTunes review,
There you go.
please, come on, guys. Even if you want to tell me to get butt AIDS again, I'll read it,
I love it.
Mom.
You can find us on Facebook at Hardly Heroes. You can find us on Instagram at Hardly Heroes. You can find us on Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
1.
Boom. And you can go on hardlyheroes.com and find all about the show, find out about all our phrases, all our recurring guests, all the people we talk about. And you can write us an email straight from there.
Right there.
Or you can go to hardlyheroes@gmail.com, send us an email
Or a voicemail.
or a voice memo. We appreciate all of your guys' feedback. We love it. So keep it coming.
And we have some new listeners on. We have some new subscribers on YouTube as well. I put all the episodes up on YouTube. They're videos, but you can play them as audio files.
Nice.
We have a few
Awesome.
more subscribers. I love it. Thank you guys very much. So you can always check us out there as well.
Yeah, and we got our next event is all of a sudden Powerhouse Comic Con on Saturday, July 28th. Is not this Saturday,
Nope.
but a week from Saturday.
Correct.
So we will be out there hanging out. We'll have a table for you to come by and say hi, and we will be hosting the panels in the main panel room again. So Buddy is going to be getting the opportunity to interview an alien-themed panel. We got Christopher and Carrie Hanner, Newt's brother, Rico Ross, who is Private Frost, and Cynthia Scott, who is Corporal Dietrich. So we'll be getting pumped up for that next week, talking about a little aliens. So if anybody wants to write in anything about aliens, any
us
opinions that they have,
Questions?
they'd like for us to ask this crew. So all these guys were in the second Aliens, second Alien
Yes.
movie in the franchise. So it goes Alien,
Yep.
Aliens.
With an S.
All right,
So would you say Buddy is on the main stage
he is
because he's hosting the panels?
Yes.
He is.
Buddy on the main stage.
And as we talked about today, we'll have Vernon Wells, who was Wes in The Road Warrior. He was also Bennett in Commando, which is one of my favorite Arnold movies of all time. They say so. He killed more people in Commando.
What about Kindergarten Cop?
Oh, that is it's different. It's different areas, I feel like. But I do want to mention, so I've read a couple different places that he kills the most people in Commando.
Okay.
And that number is 87.
Jesus.
I actually,
Wow.
I personally did this count one time
Yeah.
when I was in college from my dorm room, and I got over 100. I don't remember exactly what the number is, but I think that people are underestimating it,
Yeah.
and they're just doing the last scene.
Ooh, yeah.
He killed 87 people, but I mean, Sully, remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied very early in the movie. I think you need to count that. Also, I feel my rules are if there's an explosion and bodies fly,
At
dead.
least one.
Dead.
Yeah.
Any body
Can I-
that you see, dead.
I have to say, your Arnold impression, spot on. It's really great.
As good as the
is good.
Chewbacca?
Yeah, it better. Way better. Oh my gosh.
So we will also be getting to interview a couple Power Rangers
Yeah.
from Megaforce, Ciara Hanna and Christina
And
Masterson.
they'll solidify that I'm the Red Ranger.
Oh my god.
I'm Red
if
Ranger
you ask them that
material.
question, I swear, you're not going to ask them, are you?
I don't know. We'll have
They're-
to
you're going to ask
come
them.
out.
They're
You'll have to come out and see people.
He's going to ask them. They're like, I don't know.
No,
What
there's
are you-
going to be like Q&A, and Watch will be goat in the background. He's going to be like, do you
think-
believe Buddy could be the Red Ranger?
What about the Blue Ranger? That's going to
What
be me in
Ranger
the back.
would you say he was?
Alpha 5. Hashtag Buddy is Alpha 5.
Yeah, you're not
No
Zordon,
way.
I'll tell you that much. I'm Zordon.
Logan is Alpha 5. Aaron is not even a Ranger.
What about Zordon? Can I be Zordon? The
No,
head
you're
in the
not
tube?
No. He's too serious. You're not serious.
Whatever.
So that's Saturday.
No, actually, Aaron's Alpha 5. Logan is
Zordon?
Zordon.
Whatever.
So Saturday, July 28th, Powerhouse Comic Con in Pleasanton, California. Go to powerhousecomiccon.com to get your tickets. Go to buy your tickets and punch in the promo code Hardly Heroes
All caps.
No spaces.
to save $3 off the $11 ticket price.
What was that? Was that a train I just heard?
It is a train.
Oh, hi, train.
Midtown Sacramento, you got trains cutting all through the city.
I said
They
hi.
can't even probably hear it.
I said hi, and then it honked at me
and
again.
then it tooted back.
That was nice.
Isn't that adorable?
Thanks,
Well,
train
just
friend.
remember, tell your friends all about the show.
Everybody, tell your mom, tell your brother, tell your grandma. Your grandma will listen and love this show. I'm telling you. But tell all your friends as well.
And just remember, you guys have a good night.
Bye.